Hello, beautiful people. I hope that you're all really well today. Today, I'm going to talk about the energy of the equinox and what that means for us and how we can possibly be affected by the energy surrounding the equinox. So the equinox occurs on Friday the 23rd of September 2022 this year. And this in the Southern Hemisphere is known as the Spring Equinox, and in the Northern Hemisphere it's known as the Autumn Equinox. And what happens at the equinox is it's equal daylight hours to equal nighttime hours. So equal light and equal dark. And then what will happen after the 23rd is Northern Hemisphere will get progressively darker and longer days. Darker and longer nights. And in the Southern Hemisphere, we are going to be getting lighter and longer days, so that when we meet at the next portal, which is at the solstice on the 21st of December, in the Southern Hemisphere, that's the summer solstice. In the Northern Hemisphere, that's the winter solstice. So this really marks the beginning of spring or autumn, depending on where you are in the world. And it's a time of equilibrium and balance in nature. So we are not separate from nature. We are nature. And so by that mere fact that we are nature, what's going to happen to us as well is that we, within our being, are going to be coming into equilibrium and balance to do with the light and the dark. So what does that actually mean, the light and the dark? So the light means anything that is conscious and that you're aware of. That is something that you can see. It's in the light. Anything that is subconscious, unconscious, and that you are not aware of is something that's in the dark. So the dark is the feminine and the light is the masculine. So you could also look at it like the masculine and the feminine divine merging and the divine balance between both aspects of masculine and feminine within your being at that time of the year. Obviously not only at that time of the year, but in particular, the portal that opens up at that time of the equinox is the portal of equilibrium and balance, light, dark, negative, positive, coming together and in equal amounts and in balance and harmony. So when we experience these events, these natural cosmic events in the world, what happens at these times is an energetic portal opens up, and there is an opportunity for us to drop into that aspect within ourselves that relates to that time of year and the portal that we're in. So for instance, if I was doing a video about the summer solstice, for instance, which is the longest day of the year and the most light, it would be about honoring all that is light, all that is conscious, everything that you can see. The sun, the masculine. If it was the winter solstice, which is going to be the one in the in the Northern Hemisphere coming up, it would be around the darkness. This is the longest day, it's the darkest time, and it's the feminine, honoring the unconscious, the depth, the feminine, and the negative aspect of the being. So this portal is about equilibrium and balance and divine merging of masculine and feminine. And what that means for us is that anything within us that is not equal to each other has the opportunity to be seen by you, because there's a quickening at that time. It's like as we're moving into it, the parts of us that are out of balance are going to start showing themselves. Okay, so it's almost like we're being magnetized towards this portal. If you imagine there's this portal, like a tunnel, and you're flowing towards this tunnel quite quickly, as we all are as a collective, it can start feeling very uncomfortable, because if there are parts of your being that are very much out of balance with each other, this is going to be the time that they're going to show up. So it can show up in your internal awareness, so what's going on just in your relationship with yourself. And it can also show up in what's going on in your relationship with the world around you. What's not in balance in the relationship with the world around you, with people around you, with the work that you're doing, with your mission, with the way that you're spending your life, with the way that you look after yourself, the way that you show up in the world. Is there anything there that is out of balance? And if there is, this is going to be the time that you're going to be sucked into an opportunity to become aware of all that is not in balance in your life. So those who are on this path of consciousness and who are working mindfully with energies that are showing themselves to you, discomforts, diseases that are coming up for you, you're not just ignoring them, you're going into them and you're sitting and reflecting with them. What's going on here? How can I bring a healing to this? Those who are on that path of consciousness will be working with this theme right now. So whenever you are over the next, we're a few days away from the equinox. Over the next few days, because the energy is already building now, it will peak on the 23rd, but it will keep going for a good period of time. For me, I feel it kind of 10 days before and 10 days afterwards sometimes, so like a long period of time where you can really sit with this. And also the masculine and feminine aspect of yourself, the masculine aspect being the one that is taking action. He is outward projecting. He is about planning, walking forward in life. He's all about the voice. He's the vision. He is able to see things from a higher perspective. The feminine aspect of the being is the one who can sit in that dark place, who can really go within, who creates. The feminine holds the womb center, which is the center of creation. And so this is the feminine is the weaver, the one that sits with creation. She has the ability to grow that, to give birth. Which one feels like it may be out of balance for you internally, the positive being the masculine, the negative being the feminine, and how can you bring those into balance for yourself? So, there's a lot of talk, especially in the spiritual communities, about twin flames, and how so many people are desperate, for want of a better word, to find their twin flame, to find their divine counterpart. For me, my journey has been about my internal divinity, my internal balance. It's all about the infinite, the dark and the light, the male and the female coming together as one within the being, so that it can settle in the heart and ultimately in non-duality. So the equinox, it's duality, but it's duality coming together into the non-dual, and non-dual is the place of the heart. It's the place of everything, where everything exists in balance, and there is it no longer becomes about the male and the female. it no longer becomes separated from itself or dual. We return to our original essence, which is non-duality, which is where everything meets as one and lives there in peace and exists there in a state of original vibration. So it's a huge opportunity this time at the equinox. The other one is in March, normally around about the 21st of March. It's a very powerful portal to ultimately return back to yourself, return back to your heart. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick a card just to see if there's anything further that we can say about this portal of the equinox. But yeah, it's one's just fallen out. It's a wonderful time of year to celebrate your divinity, to celebrate your coming together, and to kind of clear out all that which is distorted, that isn't serving you, that's keeping you out of balance. You know, it's also like about looking at your mind-body balance, mind, body, soul. Is there any of that that feels out of balance for you? Okay, so the card that came through is the fog veiled card. And here, you know, we've got the sunlight. We've got the sun kind of piercing through the clouds. We've got the mountains there, the trees. And so it's also a very balanced card because we've got the shade, the shadow of the mountains, and we've got the lightness of the clouds. We've got the trees, which is earth and sky. Earth being the mother and the sky, and sun being the father and the grandfather. So what is veiled? What is veiled in your life? What do you not want to see? What is hiding? How can you bring light to that consciousness, to all that is hidden, distorted, veiled, that is keeping you in a state of imbalance? And when you allow that veil to be lifted, really with courage to look deep within and to ask those hard questions of yourself. What is it that you really, really want? Is this what you really want? Is this what you subscribe to? Is this lifestyle what you want? The work that you're doing, is that what you want to be doing? These friendships, where you're living, your health. When you ask those hard questions and you answer from the heart, this will really help you to come back into balance and ultimately to live the life that your soul signed up for, that your soul really wanted to experience here in this world at this time. So it feels like it's coming to the end of this transmission, but yeah, celebrate the equinox, celebrate your divinity, celebrate your balance, honor both the masculine and the feminine aspects within your being. Love them both, bring them together. How can they work more in harmony with each other? How can your masculine and your feminine be at peace with each other, be in love and devoted to each other, so that they rest beautifully in your heart? I'm going to end that transmission there. I hope that's been helpful, and I look forward to connecting with you soon. Much love. Bye.
Thank you for watching this video. Should you wish to follow me, please press the subscribe button and the bell next to the button to receive my notifications. Hope to see you soon. Much love.